Good evening. My name is Steve Henson, leader of the Georgia Senate Democratic Caucus. On behalf of my colleagues, we commend Governor Nathan Deal for his ideas to help better manage the state of Georgia. There will be many opportunities for us to work with him on legislative endeavors. In our efforts, Democrats will stand for common sense solutions that create a strong and prosperous Georgia that works for all of our citizens. We will stand up for working families of our state who are struggling to pay their mortgage, buy health insurance, and put food on the table. Democrats believe our greatest asset is the people of Georgia. Our citizens deserve our attention and investment. Every decision we make during Georgia's legislative session must be focused on creating jobs, creating communities that work, and building a strong families, and creating an educated workforce, and guaranteeing honest government that works for everyone. We will not be distracted by legislation that veers from this course. Policies that strengthen responsible and physically sound investments are necessary, and those policies must be fair and compassionate. Understanding that we live in one of the worst economic environments many of us have ever known. And that is why Democrats proposed legislation this session to study all special interest tax cuts to ensure they are creating jobs and are in the best interest of all Georgians. Balancing the state's budget is not only a good idea, it's our constitutional mandate. To that end, Democrats will be the voice of the people of Georgia and not special interests. Our process has been too tilted in favor of short-term financial gain for some instead of long-term employment and economic growth for all. Our state budget has been too tilted toward pushing up the wealthiest over increasing the incomes of the middle class and giving the poor a chance to work their way into it. We cannot balance our state budget while giving special interest tax breaks to some and shifting the burden to the middle class. Any taxation plan must be done fairly, balancing the needs of families and small business. Remember, special interest tax cuts over the last decade did not prevent the crash of Georgia's job market or our continued job losses. Rather than clinging to the stale options of the past, state legislators should work across party lines toward innovative, forward-looking solutions. There is no greater investment our state can make than in educating our children, fully funding Georgia's pre-K programs, reducing class size, and training people for the jobs of today and tomorrow. It's an investment that we need to make. We applaud the governor for adding 10 days a year back into the pre-K schedule. We need to remind Georgians that this is accomplished by eliminating 2,000 slots for pre-K next year. We must build a state economy that is not based on outsourcing, tax loopholes, and risky financial deals, but one that is built to last. One built on investments like education, transportation, higher education, and research and development. And we ask the governor to provide more leadership in funding these key elements of long-term success. We must do better at educating and training Georgians for jobs, and not just any jobs, jobs that pay well. In November 2011, Georgia was the only state in the nation to lose jobs. This is a direct result of our failure to build the foundations for long-term economic success. While other states have started down the road to recovery, Georgia's jobs picture has worsened. In fact, Georgia ranked dead last in job growth over the past 2 years. Georgia Senate Democrats will approach legislation with 4 things in mind: creating a sustainable economy in which businesses thrive, creating a transparent and honest government that works for everyone, building strong families, educating people for success. During the next few weeks, Democrats will introduce legislation aimed at moving beyond rhetoric and the failed ideas of the last decade. We have heard loud and clear from Georgians they want a government fixed so that it works. Democrats pledge to respectfully and collaboratively work with Republicans with a dialogue that is civil and productive. We need to make the best choices and changes in both government and our private economic practices. These tasks require the best ideas of Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals. We hope for nothing less in order to create a strong and prosperous Georgia. Thank you for the opportunity to address you this evening.